I get offended when somebody don't like my.
Like I was watching one of your BeatClub videos. You were saying you getting 50K, 100K for beats.
No, I used to get like 300, 500. Producing ain't always just making music. It's about producing a great atmosphere for a person. This might be too much gems for y'all. Like I'm always, see now that I'm like in the world, I'm 8 steps ahead. So I already been on this for a couple years. I'm like, AI's gonna take over all producers, I'm telling you.
Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. It's your boy TB. Now this is a whole legendary different interview, okay? First off, we got JB in the cut over there, you know what I'm saying? But look who done came out of retirement, y'all. Dylan done came out of retirement. We ain't see this brother in a year.
No cap.
Like a year and a half. You know, I guess he ain't trust me and JB to do the interview, but we got legendary Timbaland in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up? This is cool.
Man, would it be disrespectful not to run through the credits? There's just so many credits, bro. Like 3 pages, bro.
I mean,
Man, we got Jay-Z, Beyonce, Justin Timberlake, Missy Elliott, Genuine, Madonna. I mean, it's like times 10, then times another 10.
No cap.
And then shit, it probably ain't even enough. It's still probably more, man.
I know, man. And when you say all of that, it lets me know that I really love this shit. I really put the time in. And then when you say those names now, it make me say, thank God for consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It takes a tenacious spirit, because in the producer world, you can give up. Shit get hard. You know what I'm saying? I just thank God for the blessings of having consistent artists to drive my car. You know what I'm saying? I feel like us as producers, we the car, we the Bentleys, we the Rolls Royce, and they the drivers. So I just thank God I had some great drivers to drive my car.
You said consistency too. Like I know we got questions, but we got to stop there, man, because I feel like that's so important and doesn't get talked about a lot. Like a lot of people, like they start out want to be producers, they get sidetracked, wanting to start a whatever new company or what, you know what I mean? Like kind of going down several different paths.
I think, I take music seriously. So when people ask me to get involved, Timbo, okay, when you wake up, this understanding, like I'm a house of dragons now. Like when you wake me up, I need you to be up in the morning. I need you to crank that computer up. Like you asking me, because this is like when I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard enough to be a young adult worrying about your bills and all this type of shit, just living life. So just to do music and have people on your head top saying, oh, I don't know. Like I did, coming from Virginia, we ain't had none of that. New York and everything else was like the hot spots. So the music, I just loved it. It made me feel rich. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be consistent, because I feel like I was making $1 million every day when I wasn't. Because of the music made me feel like $1 million. Then the music started making me feel like $100 million. Then when the hits started to come, I said, ooh, I feel like this music, ooh, baby, you a billionaire to me. So every time, that's why in my career, I stayed in the studio. Even when I moved to New York, I stayed. My accountant at one point in time said, man, you don't spend no money. I ain't was one to go out, and then people like, man, you got to enjoy the fruit of your labor. That's what fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? I should have stayed what I was doing. That way I wouldn't have never got caught off guard when the shit evolved. You know what I'm saying? I fell off. I was like Adam and Eve, man. I should have ate the apple. Shouldn't have ate the Eve, you know what I'm saying? I fucked up. And everybody do it. And that's when I kind of like that's when I started, the consistency started to fade a little bit, because I thought I was bigger than the music. And I know it, like I can say it, and I'm like, oh shit. And that's when Pharrell came up and all these other, that's when Swiss came and knocking my head top off and all that shit with the bam, 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 bam. I was like, oh, pack my bags. Let me go sit down. So, because back then it was heavy competition. And it wasn't so much the competition, it was let it kind of like, it's more check yourself. Check yourself like, damn, am I really on my game or am I slipping? So I was consistent for a long period of time. So when you say those names, I think about, yeah, I was in there. I was grinding. I was putting in that work. I saw the love. When I didn't have the love, I saw the love. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by when I say consistency, you gotta love it. Like love it. I tell producers like, man, it's so much you can do with one loop. They be like, oh, it's done. I say, no, man, we can trick this bitch out. What are you talking about? Like, this thing can be shortened. We can chop this up. We can make 2 sounds, 2 notes. You got to look at that bitch as like, this was all you had to sell. you got to make this bitch into a 5-star meal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, people be too lazy. I was like, yo, man, that ain't consistent, man. So I think that my job is now to coach, to push the umbrella so you can put some value, some worth on our names. You know what I'm saying? Because we the ones that really drive the ship. You know what I'm saying? So consistency for me is you got to love it through the good and the bad. You got to love this shit.
You feel like that's a lack in the community? Like I seen ATL Jacob post, he was like, labels hit him up and want him to make like TikTok hits, but it's not about that. It's about the music.
Man, it's because by me being a businessman, so I understand the business aspect of it. But then I am a music person, and I have to tell that person that I have to tell the business side of me from the creative side of me. We had conversations every day because I know both sides. So I'm like, man, fuck that. When I made 1 in a Million and all these other records that became these TikTok things, did I know they were TikTok? No. So why are you telling me what is that? You don't even know. You just know it's big on TikTok. So it's what you create is what the creator creates. You can't make there's no such thing as make a TikTok beat or a TikTok. No, it don't work that way. People take what they feel off of a real song.
Mm-hmm.
That tell you what I battle with myself in my head. That's how to get your conversation. And that's how people got, if I was telling one of the reps, bro, we got to stop saying that shit, man. What you need to do, go find influence to make that bitch a TikTok song. How about that?
So let me ask you this, then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, come on, bro. Like, ain't no such thing as a TikTok song, man. Like, you sound crazy,
yeah,
man.
I was gonna say, like, what is the like?
You can't even give me a definition. I'd be like, man, shut the fuck up, man. It's like, what are you talking about? Then here go business Tim and be like, well, the creative side has shut the business side up. I'm like, he's right. Yeah, we don't really know. I think we just looking at a song and not looking at, maybe it could be the person. Maybe it could be the way the person moving in the song and everything connect. Just like when they put in Kate Bush, me and my daughter was watching Stranger Things, and this is one of my favorite songs, like, running up that, want to make a deal with God. And I was like, yo, when I heard the shit in there, I said, it's out of here. You know why? Because they put something, nostalgia, in a Gen Z world. Something that already exists with feeling. You just got to put it in the right scenario. TikTok, stupid.
But yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same shit. Like,
there ain't no lyrics in that would, like, you could point to and be like, yeah, that's a TikTok or
but it was big on TikTok.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I feel you.
There you go. Sometimes it's scenario. Sometimes it's placement. It's called content, people. So I'm telling y'all business people, stop telling these producers, give me a TikTok beat. Nah, let them give you their feeling. And you determine where the feeling goes can be a TikTok. All right? Don't be telling these hot producers of the day, what the fuck is what is that? Stop doing that, bro. You discouraging the creator. Don't do that.
Hey, man, 10 on 1, y'all ass. We 5 minutes in the interview.
Hey, man. He already did like 2 hours out there, so I'm already amped. Man, I done smoked one, too. Shit.
Speaking of feelings, like, what record that you produced did you really feel like you put your emotions into it? Like, all your emotions?
All of them, man. I get it. I get offended when somebody don't like my shit. Cause you know what I'm saying? That's like me. You know what I'm saying? Not offended, like hurt my feelings because that shit is my baby, baby. I be like, you hear that sound? Like producers got like, I think OG Parker said producer porn. Man, that was heavy back in our days. You know what I'm saying? Like the ear candy shit. Like that's what we live for. Like, oh, you hear that? You know what I'm saying? But then it's like nowadays you be like, what we hear and the customer hear, they're like, I don't hear that shit. Because you got to think about it. People came to me and said, yo, you got a baby in the record. So that lets me know they heard my ear candy. All my little shit that I put in records, they heard. So to go from knowing that to now saying that don't exist, that's kind of harsh. That's harsh. So, that's harsh, bro. Like, to me, it took me a minute to adapt to that. Cause I'm like, well, damn, they just You don't hear that shit. You don't hear that shit. So, so now I had to learn, like, you know what? I got to rethink this bitch. You know what I'm saying? It just called evolution, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. At first I didn't. I used to hate the shit out of it. Like, cause I thought I knew music. I look at music like a woman. You know, I thought I knew her. But she changed up on me. Damn. I wasn't prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you some real shit,
analogies,
right?
though.
Hey, so it's 2023. If you can go back right now, go in time machine and go back, would you put tags on all your beats?
I don't know. If I kind of like the like, I'm gonna tell you, Take He got a cold ass tag.
Take you?
Take He fuck that boy. That shit. It's sometimes the tone. It only be the tag, nigga. I don't think y'all understand. It's like Metro Boomin. It's the tone. She would have said, it's like it's something that goes with every sound of the beat. So for me, I'm like, oh, them tags is all right. So that's when I look at somebody tag and be like when I've been on Twitch, they play it like, Adriana. I was like, oh man.
Little Tim Productions.
Yeah, I can't, bro. I like cut it out. It's an infomercial. Don't do that.
Oh man,
don't do that, bro. Don't do that. It's like them tags are serious now. I think them tags are serious.
What would your tag be if you had one?
Man, that probably wouldn't be popping because I don't know what. I don't know. It's like this. I should do this. If I was a DJ, and I think people like, yo, I should do this thing like DJ Timmy Tim. Come on. But the way I said it, I was trying to be like Kid Capri, but I guess the way my tone was at that time, trying to mimic Kid Capri, it might have been a dope tag. Lil Wayne did one that I took that I thought was pretty dope. I said, man, I'll start put tags on my beat. But then I'm like, my beat is my tag. I can't really tag something that's already tagged.
That was deep right there. I ain't gonna count.
You know what I'm saying? Like, So I'm just like, I think it's dope though. I think it's creative. I think the one that was creative, that's why we love. ATL, Jacob, ATL. It feels.
Nah,
I don't know what it is. It feels like it feels like it's a part of the beat. I don't know what it is. It's like I want to hear it more. Muffle. Because I feel like people should follow that rhythm. ATL, Jacob, boom, boom. I just want to make up, boom, boom. That's how I feel like it should be going. I'm telling you, ATL, if you hear this, you should do that. Then follow that flow. ATL, Jacob, boom, boom. Running from the phone, on the makeup. Then Future coming, you know what I'm saying? That shit go hard, I'm telling you. That's how I create. I'm like, yo, that's what I mean, taking what you already have and multiplying that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like the ASR-10, you only had 8 outputs. I never cut off my keyboard. And back then you had to save. So I said, man, I ain't saving this shit. So I keep that bitch on. I said, anybody leave the studio, do not cut the power off. I trusted in the studio. I should have been stupid. I should have saved the shit. But God Almighty kept my keyboard on with the same drum sound. But I use the same drum sounds through a whole album. And people don't, I would keep tweaking, spending time with the drums. But it's the same set because I know this 8 set ain't going to let me down. I done made 3 hits already with the same set. So I'm not going to change. I'm just going to keep tweaking it. I said, let me just play with the pitch, play with this, play with that. Let me flip the sample around. There's a couple songs I use the same sample 3 times. And people don't even know I'm like the same thing. I'm like, man, there's so much more in this thing. And people are like, oh, that's the same thing. I said, yep, because it had 8 different parts to it that could be used. Sometimes we don't explore what we already made. And sometimes you can go back and kind of reinvent. Because people, what an A&R ask you, I want that same Future beat, that same beat, they ask you that same shit. So guess what? You take that same Future beat, flip that bitch.
Now I be seeing TV do that, like when he cooks up live, like you make a whole beat and then throw the beat into the sampler and slow it down and like sample the beat, you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about.
What's the weirdest way you made a beat? Like the weirdest time you made a beat type shit? I know you did some weird shit.
All my stuff is weird. Like, cause I go in there, cause I look at this, I always, sometimes like for me to reinvent myself, I remember this one time, like I got tired of like using my ASR-10 and stuff like that. So I just started going to garbage cans and rakes and spoons and plates and shit and saying to myself, how would I make music if I ain't had no money? If I ain't had no way to afford it? Because I know when I was young, my mom brought me this sampler, keyboard sampler, Casio sampler, the sample for 1 second. And I had to make 1 second stretch to 10 seconds. So what I did, speed the record up and speed it up real fast and play it on the last little key to give me the right more time in the sample.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy.
So, because we had to make do for what we, so I take that concept, I had to make, so the concept was, am I still hungry? Let me stop. What if my keyboard and my sounds leave tomorrow, how would I make music? And I start realizing music is all around us. So I start taking like garbage cans, micing it up, finding out new ways of finding bottom and different type of shit. So, and I can tell you the records that I did, it was like garbage cans. The one with Give It To Me. That was all buckets and rakes and house yard shit. That was it. That was that whole beat, and it was a hit. So for me, that's all. I know I did something in front of T.I. with just pencils. They was like, yo, this dude doing a beat with pencils. Mic it up. It's because all about the miking, the preamps, and all that type of stuff, because I mix my own shit. And just playing with the EQs. I learned that from Dr. Dre, you know? So doing shit like that, really taking to the next level. That's always been me. Just always trying to keep myself inspired. When you do so many hits, you just be like, what's next? What's next? I never, when people ask me, man, you got some of them joints saved? I got some saved, but most of the stuff I did was all tailor-made right then and there. Then I erase.
What you mean erase?
It's never saved. It's not there no more. It's out to the world.
Like you bounce out the 2-track and then
it's not the two. I take all the stems, they got it. So it was on tapes back then. It was on regular reels. I forgot the name of them, reel to reel. So they take the reels, it was on tape machine. So now it's digital, so you have to transfer all those tapes to digital. But what I'm saying, I put all my drum sounds on tape, never saved the song itself in my ASR 10 to save space. So it was always like the same drums. I know where the drums are at. But if I had the pattern to load it back up, it's on tape. Like I dump it from my keyboard to the tape.
That's like cooking up with the FL demo.
Yeah.
FL Studio demo. Let me ask you this. We love asking this question because this speaks directly to the audience. You know, we're talking to producers that, you know, want to be in a position like you and want to be, you know, having a career and getting placements. If you were just starting out, you know, you as a 20-year-old, 18-year-old, 15-year-old, whatever, right now in this day and age, no contacts, you're just a regular average person. What would you be doing? Like, how would you get on?
You know what, the funniest thing, I think, how would I get on if I'm 18, 20? I'll try to look for a community to follow other people like me and just hear stories. That's why I started BeatClub, you know, his stuff like, you know, I would look for stuff like that and find, you know, really use the internet. But I think I would get in a community and let the community be like, yo, that little kid cold, just be quiet like I always been and doing my shit. It was Missy who told me that I was dope. I feel like it would be the same way around. I feel like somebody would vouch for me. And I think, you know, because all I'm doing is showcasing my love, just to showing you like, yo, I'm here. I really love this shit. Because, you know, when you're in a community of greatness, other producers that you might, if I'm young and I'm looking like, oh, it's Metro, I'm going to get in the room. I want a community where I can see all the Metro kids and everybody make it be like they do on Twitch. I would look for that and just have, and my name will spread the same way my name spread it when I was making beats, just from my house in the hood. You know what I'm saying? From somebody coming, an artist coming, yo, that like Missy coming, she the one that spread it. She the one that believed in me and put me out there. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I think if I was 18 years old or 20 years old, I just put myself in the community, like watching y'all, what y'all promote on ProducerGrind and just being in the community and just, cause you know what I'm saying? Cause like, I think once your community hear you, the world will hear you, cause the community gonna give it up, be like, yo, that boy nice, that boy nice. You know, you start hearing that and then you might collab. I think I would try to collab too with others. I think that's the big thing that I love about this generation is a lot of collabs. You start to collab, it started to be fun. Cause that's how if you really think about it, that's how I did it. I collab with Missy. She, you know, she's a producer in her own right. So it's like the collaboration and building something fresh, building something, you know, you just go a long way. You be the new kid on the block. I just feel like that's how I came in the game really as a producer under Devontae. I was under Jodeci. I was under him. He was the producer. We did Tupac, you understand? But he really did it, but being under him, you know what I'm saying, got the acknowledgement and look where I blossomed to being up under somebody. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm 18, I'm gonna try to get so dope so I can get in the room with like these people like, yo, I'm gonna bring homeboy in. Or, and then, I know now we got to learn the business. So, if you do get in the room, people might ask you to sign and just learn your business as, you may, and then do good business and get in them rooms. The next thing you know, man, like sometimes like if you love what you do, it's like going to college, bro. It's like, cause you need those stories to tell to where you get to the top. Yo, I produced with this person. I did this. I did that. I was in the room, man. And when you look back at it and you look back at your history, you be like, damn, I was 18, now I'm 22. And I done made blah, 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 2-3 hits. You know what I'm saying? I think if I'm 18, 20, there's so many opportunities to really, enjoy the process before try to get, you gotta love the music and not look for the money. But now, and that's why I created what I created, because it's like we do so many beats, but it be independent. The artists always want to get a shine. It's like, yo, let some of them beats sell your product. Now you got to treat your shit like it's an Amazon, like a beat store. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different now. So it's like, I'm gonna look at it, I'm like, my 18 or 20 something, like, okay, there's two ways I could say I can make some money now, or I'm gonna keep grinding it out. There's so many ways you can do it. You know what I'm saying? You can treat, I just say you gotta love it. Either way you do it, you gotta love what you're doing, and you gotta go through the process no matter what. Or the process, you gotta go through the trial and tribulation.
Would you be down? Would you be looking to like spend money and pay for collabs to build relationships? And also, would you be trying to move and relocate to like to an Atlanta or LA, to do it on the ground?
Would I relocate?
As young,
say you were in VA, you know what I mean?
As a young producer, would I relocate? I think I would do all what it takes just to be surrounded in music. Whether if it's wrong or right, I'm just following my dream.
Risking it all.
I'm gonna do whatever. If it's an idea, I'm gonna sit on and pray on it, but music gonna let me know where to go. The music gonna let you know where to go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let God lead you. The gift that he put in you, go. You gotta go. You gotta, like Peter, you gotta get off that boat, man.
Hey, amen.
You gotta get off the boat.
Bro, you gotta make an audio book or something, bro.
Nah, I'm just in my bag right now.
Let's go back, like, talk about Virginia. You were in high school with Pharrell and working with Missy Elliott. Like, what's that like? Shout out Virginia. I'm from Virginia, by the way, too. So
you know what it's like, man. Why you asking me what it's like?
I ain't from the 757, though. So.
But where you from?
Like Richmond.
You got it. It ain't that much.
It ain't that far.
It ain't that bad. Like, we got so many. You know what it is. You know what it is, boy. People, you got dang. You know what it is. You know what VA is. It ain't. At least you got the internet. But think about when you didn't have it. If you didn't have the internet, you know what it is. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's a different type of place. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's Commonwealth. It is what it is. It's a little slow.
They say Commonwealth. That's where the Commonwealth state be trash, bro.
Right? That's what it is, bro. Like, I just being honest.
You got
like,
a fine on a fine, and you get a parking fee. You got a parking fee because your tires was dirty. Then you got another fine if it's some lint on the shit. Like, that shit terrible.
Damn, they're going crazy.
So now, what was the question again? You said
just growing up in Virginia and Pharrell, Missy Elliott, and just that scene.
I mean, man, like I say, man, all I see is good thoughts. So when I just thought about Virginia, I was like, ugh. But when the music come in and put a joy, like the color just got bright because Pharrell's at Master Sound. It's so many great moments came out them places, man. Like growing up, being around us, what we created. We believe, man. We all believe. I knew Pharrell would be the biggest one that come out of there. I just know I was going to be right behind him.
Why
you know
you say
what I'm
that?
saying? Because Pharrell was always ahead of the curve on a lot of stuff. With fashion, he was always he was always cutting edge on everything. How he went to school, who he dated, everything was just different to the way people like, well, Pharrell. The way his mannerisms, the way he heard music, his songwriting was on another level. He wrote this song called Look in the Water for this guy. I was like, oh, this boy is special. I knew he was special, and I was a kid. I was like, ooh. So for me, I want to hang around that. All I can do is make me better. That's to hang around Pharrell. Then we came up with a group called Surrounded by Idiots, SBI, B Pharrell, Magoo, and all that. You know what I'm saying? We did all of that. So it's like, it was all for the love of music, man. The music kept us going. Missy was out there. Missy was from Portsmouth. Man, that music kept us goddamn strong in the depression, because Virginia is depressing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it felt like everything was out there because of the music. And it was. We was out there. You understand? We was out there doing what we was doing, creating what we was creating, and didn't know that we was creating a sound for the state of Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Pharrell did records. He did it when he did Rump Shake. I was like, oh, this boy different. He different. I said, he wrote them parts. Boy, we just had our own thing, man, and we believed in ourselves. Like, especially Missy, she might be the hardest, besides Beyonce, the hardest working women I know. For real. Like, whew, push me to the edge. Like Missy, I could do 100 beats before she like one. Like, that's called commitment and love. Because you know when somebody tell you they don't like it, go something else. You be crushed because it could be your beat that you love. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just knock your whole feelings down. You just get punched. That was gonna be the one. Get punched. You get beat up so much because you know we love it. When you love it, somebody smacks. You know, get that out of here. He did though. Then you go through 100 of those, and you get that one boy. That one boy felt like 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So Virginia just gave. You know, I got happy thoughts when I think about Virginia, because that's where I was. That's what the love was birthed at, you know, hometown. Look where we at today.
What was like that first breakout moment or, you know, hit or whatever that really kind of launched everything?
You know what's crazy? That first hit. The first hit was I remember I want to say, If Your Girl Only Knew, Aaliyah, and then Pony. Those are like the first two hits. But like, you know, like music was so crazy. Like the journey through following music, so beautiful, man. Like I remember, you know, we had lost our house. My mom lost foreclosed on the house, and I stayed in the grandma's house. And I had my ASR 10. No matter what, when I walk and see that ASR 10, it just made me feel like I had everything in life. So me and Missy did this song this is when we was with with Devontae, and then we had split our ways, and I was at my grandmother's house, and my lawyer at the time, Louise West, had this song called Sugar and Spice. Sent it to Aaliyah. Aaliyah she liked the beat and the songwriter. That was only God. Because you know what I'm saying? Like back then, like who picks out the beat and the songwriter? Like she said, I want to work with the people who did the beat and who wrote the song. That was me and Missy. And from that point, you know, I was developing a style when I was under Devontae. We had this crew called The Basement. So when Pony came out, that was like 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? And it came out like 7 years later.
Well, you saying the song you made 7 years before it came out?
Yeah, I had it in the can for like 7 years. So it took 7 years before it was birthed, before that song was, y'all knew that song, but it was 7 years old. Wow. So it's like, we created this sound, me, Missy, Static, rest in peace, always created this sound, this basement sound. We created this sound by loving music, just loving it every day, just creating. We created a bounce. That's that triplets what I came out with. You know what I'm saying? So when we got with Aaliyah, she flew us out there. Missy said we should give her that sound that we was working on in The Basement, and that's when I did 1 in a Million. That's what that sound was like, and that sound was like that because I love music. So that was like a 3-year like development of that sound that we knew it was popping. You know what I'm saying? And So you gotta love it, man. I went through all the journeys that it took me through, even to this day.
So let's backtrack a little bit. Like you said ASRT, and I had to look it up. You know what I'm saying? We kind of like the newer audience. So like, just talk about what it's like making beats in the 80s and 90s. Like you didn't have just a laptop or FL Ableton. What did you?
You had that big that keyboard.
that shit look heavy, bro. I ain't gonna,
It was heavy. I'm
Bro.
glad you carry that everywhere.
I got the Triton from my uncle, but that shit so big, bro. Like,
How you feel about it? You like, yo, this ancient, don't it?
it do it look. It got the little floppy disk shit in it.
Yeah,
I don't
see?
know.
That's hard.
I don't know what the fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's called evolution.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, for me, I'm like, oh, man. But I understand that. And it took me a minute to understand yesterday and today.
I like how you accept it too, cause you know you got a lot of OGs that be hating on us. They be like, man,
know.
y'all not real producers. Y'all be clicking in shit, like you know.
Man, it's called producing, bro. It's your mind, bro. What's in your mind? Do you love it? Do you love clicking?
Mm.
I want to see you click. As soon as you wake up and click, click, click. Now we're going to change the click. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like me, man, look, music is music. And it took me a minute, a couple times I didn't understand and I was hating. I ain't going to sit and hold you because I damn sure did. But I fought myself. I beat the shit out of myself because I'm like, that's why this went cold, because I'm like, man, you can't go in this because you not the Timbo. That's not Timbo. Timbo is the one who you came in here and switched the whole rhythm up. So that's the talk I had myself. You can't judge the new generation on what they do. It's music. You was the one was wishing half of this shit was disappeared back when you was doing it. I was like, damn, self, you right. You're right. I gotta get it together. And I start understanding. I try to talk to my OGs and be like, people that y'all might say be hating. I'll be like, man, you can't do that, bro. I said, what it sound like when it come out them speakers?
Mm. That's all that matters, right?
Right. I said, that's like a piano, ain't it? That's a piano, right? They be like, yeah. So what the fuck are you talking about?
This nigga.
You know what the fuck are you talking about? It's music. Long as that bitch feel good, long as it touches your soul. Now, that's the only thing that I think people have a problem with is AI, because now it's so rhythmic. So the bounce, I think that's what I think when, OG might say something, it's the bounce of the computer versus hand felt touching of doing, you know what I'm saying, of human bounce. So I think what happened was that to own, and it just, everything just so like syncopated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, quantized type shit.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of like threw the OGs and throw them off. You know what I'm saying?
You said AI though, and that's a whole other conversation. How you feel about that? Like, you think we got to be worried about
we
these?
over.
It's over.
It's over.
They taking our jobs,
Bruh.
AI.
Hey, bro, I'm already ahead of it.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes,
What I mean?
we
Like,
over.
ain't no AI beats out here, nigga.
Yes, it is.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you, but here's the hit. This might be too much gems for y'all. Like, I'm always, see, now that I'm like in the world, I'm 8 steps ahead. So I already been on this for a couple of years. I'm like, AI's gonna take over all producers, I'm telling you.
No, don't say that, man. Don't say that.
How long we got?
So look, this is what I said why it can't happen. Because now what the problem is, the AI has to partner with a producer, like a Metro or a Mustard, and Mustard give it its algorithm of the sound. So now the percentage is broken through Mustard and the AI. But you just can't duplicate the sound. You know what I'm saying? The AI, you gonna know it, but Mustard will tell the AI how it's done. And it's gonna have to be, you still have to be a collaboration with humans. You know what I'm saying? With the producer. You just can't, they might try to throw a beat in there, but you can't never duplicate, because you can't duplicate what the human feels each time he does a beat. So it still will meet the partner with the AI. So it's like it'll be Metro partner with AI, blah. So now you got Metro and this AI pumping out thousands of dope ass beats, but he's talking to the AI. You know what I'm saying? Every day he's creating a sound, and because the AI ain't gonna do it exactly right? So the AI gonna kind of like, you gonna still have to go in there and like, because it's now everything was syncopated. Now you fighting against true syncopation, like the thought of the computer. Like, no, it's no more clicking. I click.
All right.
Think about that. I click.
They did like
So-
an AI artist though, right? Like the
No,
little-
that's like no. I'm talking about sound. Sound can be duplicated first before voice. Voice is gonna take a minute, but sound like I know this guy, one of my homeboys. He was working on this whole program where while the computer is closed, it's generating sounds. And when he opened up, it take white noise and make kicks, the dopest snares while I sleep. He been working on this for years, and I'm sure he mastered it now. That the computer makes his kits. He don't get drum kits for people. Make samples while he sleep.
Yeah, and this is
Like this is something he's been programming for years. This is like this guy Nick Braunge. I'm telling you,
he's like mining sounds, Bitcoin
bro, this
mining.
shit is some other shit. I'm telling you, and he was working. I'm telling you, this is back, and I know now it's probably to the next level. And I'm telling you, so I'm like, I feel like, you know how it is, man. Like everybody gonna try to find a cheaper way of doing stuff and doing it a certain way. It's all on the artist too, man. Like it all gotta be like a understanding too, man. But I feel like you can't just use AI. Gonna never get the touch of like you can't. Even though it's Fruity Loop, you still must. You know a mustard beat. You know a Metro beat. I don't care if it is a dial. You know, it is. They figure out a way to figure out a sound within this world of digital. You know what I'm saying? So that AI ain't gonna be able to do that. Like it's gonna need its help of the original. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is coming. I hate to tell y'all, bro, it's coming.
What about the artist? How you feel about that? I know it was like some controversy or something.
Oh, talking about the AI? That was just a headline, man. But
That's all it was.
But yeah, that's coming too. That's big. Alter ego's big. That's what's gonna go. But that's gonna be fun.
I can see the kids liking that though.
That's gonna be hard,
like a little
bro.
Fortnite character
And
rapping
it's like,
and
bro,
stuff.
I already got mine.
Let's
Mine's
go.
Congo in the gang.
Let's go.
Like I got two parents called the Petty Girls. Like you gotta hear the music. Like the whole idea, Congo stole my hard drive.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He went off in the metaverse. See, I'm already on it.
Storytelling, I like it.
Yeah, we already own it. Like I'm already on. That's how I reinvent myself. However, where the world is going, but you still need human touch. I'm just showing that, like, don't get carried away. Letting the world like I'm art. This is how you do it. And with the AI with what's it, FL Meg or whatever his name was, Mecca, FL Mecca. So like with that, it's more like the characters. Like we play video games, man. Like the gaming industry and music all goes together. It's just what it is. It's a way to escape. It's a way to be more artistic, and it's a way to sell your art too. Now you can put a value on your art. Now, once you start learning that, I'm telling every producer in the world, you must get a wallet. You must get a crypto wallet. You must. Don't let me be the OG telling you about the new. Why y'all ain't got wallets? You know, you could be selling the one-off on beat and making plenty of money. What are you doing? You need wallets. I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. I'm gonna bring y'all with me. That's what I'm bringing with Congo in the game. It's like, get wallets. It's easy. The middleman is out. What's your percentage? Boom. You can see it on your wallet. Transparency right there. Split go right there. Now you just made money while you waiting for a placement.
That's hard. What are some of the
It's Congo in the game. You'll see like new producers. I'm putting people on. They don't understand it. People gonna be like, yo, what is this? I'm saying, first of all, it's saving the community, it's helping the community, and it's putting value back to the producer's name and making producers feel like they value. Like, yo, because I know how it is. Like, it ain't the same game when I came in it was Timbaland, Pharrell, whatever. It's the tags, but it's no respect on us. You know what I'm saying? And it got to be a little bit of respect. And so if I show different ways and avenues, one of y'all gonna catch what I'm doing and gonna take it to the next level. I just gotta be the first one to present it. And you know, once you see it, you gonna come back and tell me what I'm doing and be like, I see what he doing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like how much music we got sitting on our hard drive ain't nobody heard.
Plenty.
Facts.
That you think is amazing.
Facts.
But you waiting on a what?
Facts.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it at there. Get your wallets. Come on now. And I'm gonna show, look, bro, I did a video. Congo did a video. I dropped like 100 in this bear market. Just on a video. How much it takes, how much in streaming to make money on a video? Like $1 million or something to get at least $2,000 or something like
Right,
that.
on YouTube you talking about?
Okay, I made about 50 just dropping a video.
50 bands you said?
There you go. So think about it. That's your music. You drop something, and it's a real. It's just by your true fans, and you control how many you put out, what you want to deliver to people, and you in a world that people, and it's art now. It's art. It's an NFT. It's art. So now it's like you getting paid for your art, your craft. So then when you start doing a lot of that, you start getting into that world and creating this whole metaverse world of music, and you making money from day one. You're going to start looking at placements a little different.
Mm.
You're going to start looking at your art, and you're going to start really creating. The producer going to start having fun. Then you're going to start saying, yo, I'm making this, millions over here. Why am I going to come out and try to, I'm not sending you no pack. I'm telling you. It's like you're going to start treating it, it's like when we start creating new ways of doing stuff, I'm telling you, when the music in the metaverse, it's going to be different. I'm telling you. And producer can really do a lot of things, and I'm here to bring it forward. And I think I have a cool way to start it. You know, I'm starting with my alter ego. Not really an alter ego, really just like a whole narrative of a story. And I'm starting painting. So when I know y'all see my videos, I post my monkey, but my monkey's Congo. I don't call him a monkey. I call him, you know, like an artist. If I was working with Justin Timberlake and whatever. And it's crazy because he stole the drive with some unreleased shit on it. And it's like, you gonna see it. The shit gonna be ill. And it's like, and you gonna be like, you know, for creators, it's gonna be fun. And it's like, it give us, cause we just create by ourselves anyway. And with our friend that pass on our ox to us up, then, you know, send it out and wait for, you know, but what are we doing in the meantime? I'm just trying to show people, yo, we can treat this shit like games, bro.
It's crazy because you said bear market. Obviously, we're in a bear market. And I feel like it's not being talked about mainstream. It's not in the headlines no more. You're not hearing about NFTs and crypto, but you think it's still the future.
Man, it's like .com. They thought .com was going to be a bubble. And it's here to stay. Everything .com. Yeah, man, it's the future. When something is new, it don't just pop off like that. It'll get a bloop, then it get a drop. They get up, boop, 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 boop. It's just how life is, man. Right now, the whole world is crappy. You know what I'm saying? Inflation and shit high. Everything just messed up. But trust me, look, the casino game is making crazy money just in the digital metaverse. The fashion digital whole thing is doing a killing. There is money being made. It's people selling out projects. It's 4,000. They're making like 22 million. The whole thing is circulating like 20. It's crazy, man. It's like once you understand you can write your own storyline, it's really like, you know, it's like true art, true ways of just really making your music and what else you got come to life. You know what I'm saying? For that generation, because it's definitely gonna be, you know, we got this art, but it's digital art. The same way how that keyboard ASR 10, and then there's Fruity Loops, which took over. Fruity Loops. What we own every day. Phone. Where can you see your art picture? Phone. Now with them glasses coming out, with see in front of your face, augmented reality.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
I could definitely see myself with the glasses. Not so much the VR though.
But with the regular one to see the stuff in front, like
Yeah,
we
like
see it
real
now
life,
when you're
yeah,
driving the car.
yeah,
The thing is right in front.
The heads
Imagine
up.
you seeing your art like that. You go in your house, you're gonna want to project your art like that. You ain't gonna want to see, that's gonna look old school to you.
Because it'll be moving and stuff with
Yeah,
the glasses.
it's
you know?
Harry Potter.
Facts.
I'm telling people that. I say, bruh.
He said Harry Potter.
I say, like, there's another world that's coming. I'm telling you. And it's a different value.
You might have a dragon flying around your house and stuff. Yeah.
You want to feel it. That's why he's like, that's dope. But that's like, it's going to be ancient.
Museums.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be ancient. Like, let's be real. Like, we the start of that.
Yeah.
Music is like, they already do it with laser beam, like a Diplo or the house got. It's the music with they give you the lasers to give you a show. So that's a digital show. So now if you can have that in your house, like you said, the dragonfly, that's some ill shit. Think about that shit. You be, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Think about, you see that heart right there, think that I hit a button, that's you hear what I'm saying? Like you'll be like, oh, that shit crazy. Or it can do mental illness, you know, like stuff moving sometimes instead of like, you know, we can sit and look at something and imagine. But what if what you imagine can be real and presented to you. Like if you say, I saw that man shake, like he holding his jacket, you see him going like that. Imagine you see him doing, you'd be like, damn, what was he thinking about? You know, you start reimagining things, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we going to. That's why you got Mark Zuckerberg with the Meta and all that stuff. It's like these people not spending money like that to think this not gonna happen.
Yeah, they got billions invested. This ain't a game.
Still, what's what we going into? Like it's crazy. Rappers getting killed. It's crazy out here, bro. People produce gonna be like, yo, I ain't gonna play. I'm gonna put on me. The new metal gonna be on this alkaline like this, nigga. And you gonna be like, don't know I go over there. You know, start doing virtual stuff, and that shit gonna take over. I'm telling you.
Who be doing that shit, bro? On Twitch, Illmind and
Yeah, they do interviews in the
T-Minus
metaverse and stuff.
shit.
Yeah,
They be goddamn in their little virtual house and shit.
Yeah, they had
Maybe in the
curve.
studio, in the virtual studio and shit.
Oh no, you might have to fuck with that one time, bro. That shit look kind of hard.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Then you start being like, you start enjoying stuff that you don't think you enjoy. I'm telling you, man. That's why I'm coming here. I'm coming in the producer world now to be the Wizard of Oz. Let me show y'all what's going on.
Yeah, let's talk about that, man, because I feel like you full on board, man. All your content is, I mean, you're obviously a producer, but like I feel like you've been really tapping in with the producer community lately.
Yeah, man, because like I'm just trying to create a new home, a new platform. I just see how big it is and just really speak, because nobody's speaking to us who's been there. Like I've been there, 30 years. That's a long time to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the longevity gonna be 30 years for hot producers. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. But guess what? Let's have a conversation about it. Let's try to create it. But I can't do it just by myself. Y'all the future. I'm just telling you. Is there anything else you want to do? Do you love music like this? Okay, what does that mean? We gotta create this. That's why I created a platform, my platform, BeatClub, because I want to come together and work with people and figure out the next wave, or put people onto the next wave of how music gonna be done and how to transition your mind from start thinking placement, start thinking of a store. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just rebranding your shit, you know what I'm saying? Be at the helm of it. And that's what I'm doing.
So what's the so I know it's like, it's like an invite only type of platform, right? Right now.
Right now.
And it's, producers can go on there and, set up a beat store. But then I know you also got like placement opportunities. Can you?
So by me being in the beta stage, we done got over $1.5 million in placements, and that's not even launched. We ain't even launched yet. So that's just producers just doing beats by just talking to them and it's really my A&R portal that's amazing. That really go out there and really sit down with the producers and really conversate in the back end team to tell producers like, that ain't it. Sound like me. And being like, come on, man, you could make it better. And that's all sometimes a producer need. Like you got a lot of these kids that we ain't never heard yet. That they dope. And I done got placement where some of them got in the NHL. And teach people like, don't think about a placement for a song. The sync fee is where it's at. That's where it's at. And that's where we done made a lot of producers a lot of money. They ain't be seeing 50, 60 bands, you know what I'm saying? Some people never saw it till they got on my platform and let the door open, let the gate open. But when we let the door open, which is coming soon, like in a couple months, I'm just here to serve. And one thing I can say, I do calls with everybody. Like I'm not a faceless company. Like I'm really in this shit because I like the coaching part. I create by myself and make my little videos, but I like collaborating now. I want to be the guy to go to Cardi and all these producers like, this the new shit. Know why? Because I work with them on this shit. Like I don't come out the house. I'm Lucian Fox. I stay in the background. But I'm out the house to let you know this nigga right here is the truth. And no knock on nobody else because it's all the community. You know what I'm saying? But I want to be the voice to come out, stand beside a young person and let them know like, they the shit. And that's what I've done. And a lot of people, a lot of companies now are looking, and that's all they do is go to our platform, see what BeatClub got. We work with them, telling people, really tell it, I'm like a high-end concierge service, telling producers how to charge, don't charge. You would not be making no money. Like we showing you how to get to the money.
What you mean? What shouldn't they be charging? What should
like
they be
showing
charging?
like what should they charge? What should they be charging?
What should they be charging?
It all depends on like your value. You got to really look at yourself and value yourself and like take and be in the tiers. Don't go above your pay grade now.
So you don't. What do you think about like $25, $50 leases, and what do you think about all that?
I mean, you gotta look at that bitch like a car. You gotta look at your beats. You gotta get the maximum most money out of your beat. I don't really get mad at like the $50, the $25. I just feel like mine's ain't gonna be like that. Mine's a high end because if we pick you, you ain't starting off like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking because you gotta eat. You gotta eat. But in my platform, it's gonna be, a little bit in the thousands. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't because you with me, I can't have you low. That's the beauty. Like your stocks went up in your price, but you got a lot of like $25, $50, and they come up. You can't be mad at them. Some of the beats, some rappers turning them into hits. So it's like, but I feel like to get that maximum hit, you need a little bit high quality. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes like fast food and lean cuisine is more tastier than fast food is good. And I ain't gonna trip, but you ain't gonna turn down no fine dining restaurant. Hell no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm more like the fine dining. You know what I'm saying? I want the $50 to turn into $1,000. I want them to get better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for everybody, but level up. Stop that thing shopping in the grocery store. Come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
about the big ass advances? Like I was watching one of your BeatClub videos. You were saying you getting 50K, 100K for beats. Like,
no, I used to get like 300, 500 back in the day.
Why it ain't like that now though?
That's because y'all don't put no value on y'all self.
Oh, we ruined it. You said?
Gotta put some value on. Like we ain't come from a world where you send beats. We come, bro, where that bitch was tailor-made. Understand? So it's like, the producer was respected way more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you needed a dope producer as an artist. Like, you needed that. And now it's just, you got YouTube, people putting beats, and it's just not the same. It's just like Wild Wild West out there. So back then it's like, there's a lot of value to the producer. But now that's what I'm saying, like, you can still have some kind of value. You just gotta like limit it, what you do, what you send out. You know what I'm saying? Go through a funnel, make it be worth something instead of just sending out. You know what I'm saying? So back then with different times, I could say for the producer game, it was way better than what y'all doing now. I gotta, it's just, but then again, the publishing could be way better now, because of the screens and the certain artists you might do. So people might give you a bigger advance. But that's really like, it's just different, bro.
Shoot, $500,000 a beat. What are we talking about? Publishing advance? You know what I mean? Half a beat royalty advances.
I was getting so much doing beats. I ain't really do a public deal till like later on in my life. I did like an admin deal.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you never were like caught in like a bad deal or none of that?
Oh yeah, some of my deals, all deals could be bad, but I didn't get to that till like, but I was making so much producer money, like NBA money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was different back then. So I just did like, I had great people around too. I think I could have did better deals as I started doing deals.
Were you ever in like an what is it, the MRSC?
What's that?
What's the like, people have come on the show, a lot of guys like from that era, like we're kind of into the like where you got to release so many records or whatever. What's the one? Illmind was in one, Sonny was in one, just like that like the bad deal that everyone talks about. MDRC, not MDRC, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I just know that, you got, all these things are a bank. And it's like, you leveraging your worth and what your worth is. And you can do whatever what that is. It's like your value, you know what I'm saying? And it's your portfolio. So you loaning out your portfolio. You just taking money on your portfolio. Or you selling your portfolio and making it get transferred back to you after a certain amount of years.
It's so hard to think about that though. Like when you're like, when you got no money and you first get, you know what I mean? Like,
that's
you're
my
not thinking
point.
like
That's
a
your way of
business or
getting
an
I ain't
investor.
mad at you. You got to do it.
Right.
But how great are you? How much you love it? Did you just do it for the money? Or okay, now that you got a little bit of money, should the love get hunger? Should your love get more like, should you get more hungrier than, you should be like a wolf now. You should be goddamn a tiger. Cause I took a loan, I betted on myself. I want to bet again. So you look at the deal, say, okay, I'm gonna get through this bet. I'm gonna get through this. Pew. Go harder. And you knock that bitch out and go through another one. It's business, man. Like, you just gotta know what you're doing when you're doing it. These get super hot so you can get the big check so you know what you're doing and you can invest that and do other things.
100%, man. I just know, like, I think a lot different now, with the little bit of success I got, a lot different now than I did, 10 years ago.
Of course, you're going to keep doing it.
I would have sold ProducerGrind for like 50 bands. So we're trying to invest,
No,
you know
man,
what I mean? I'm saying back in the day, but it's just like, praise God that I never like was in any of those situations. But I just think about it like, damn, I could have really undersold myself.
It's funny because I know you talk to Gary and stuff like that. And I said, yo, we got to align with them. I'm like, we got to work a deal, like a cool deal. And I look at it as showing you like the other side, not being closed-minded. Like, yo, there's a value to it. Like being a teacher and a negotiator is hard. Like, it's like because I feel like you have something, you know what I'm saying? And like, and I know where it's going. It's so much, it's you knowing that you have something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm betting on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's take this bond. Like, I'm trying to, and then you start looking at it from a different ship. And then you can tell other producers, like, yo, by you being the helm of the ship, you can tell the producers, yo, you should move like this, move like that, because you are the businessman. So now it's like, this thing, like what you did to build is, I look at everything from all y'all, just like, that take, tenacity, that take commitment, take drive, and you got to constantly do it. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell that y'all love it. So I don't think God will let you just go on. He ain't gonna let you be foolish, man. You build something so good that like, he ain't gonna let you sell it like that. But the good thing about it is that you can build something to sell.
Right. But yeah, but I just said that to say, like, I just know, like, for guys coming in, it's like, oh, I could sign this and get 20 bands. I could sign this and get 50 bands.
If they just wait it out.
You know what I mean?
And
yeah.
if they believe in themselves, they can get more.
Yeah. How do we change the culture, man, so people really start believing in themselves more and start valuing and being patient. Patience is another thing too.
I think, man, like I'm gonna start, like I was telling somebody, man, I want to start going around, like now that we outside, like just doing more camps. Like I'm gonna do more speaking music camp, just speaking to people. Sometimes it's a little talk, a little encouragement if I'm the GOAT, shouldn't the GOAT go around and preaching the gospel, helping these kids? Some people just avoid it. Like somebody hit me yesterday, said, yo, I'm stuck. What do you do? What I do, King? I said, man, keep pushing. I'm here. Call me if you need some inspiration.
Keep pushing. Fuck with that. I was watching the film. I don't know what film I was watching you last night, bro, but it was you talking about how you got shot in your arm.
Yeah.
And you was paralyzed, but you said, fuck that, nigga. I'm finna still be DJing.
DJing
like this.
I gotta keep pushing, man. Gotta keep pushing. You can't stop pushing, man. No matter what. We can fall down, but you better get your ass up. You can stay down for a little bit, but I'm gonna come, all right, nigga, get up. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you always get up. We're gonna all fall down, but you can't stay down. You gotta get up. So for me, when I got shot and I got paralyzed, I had to. Music was my life. It just was. It still is.
Man, I'm out the loop. I didn't even know this. You got shot in the arm?
Yeah.
Tell that story, man.
Man, I was working at Red Lobster, man.
Bro, what film was that shit, bro? That shit.
I was working at Red Lobster. I got shot at. He was putting the gun up. I got shot in the neck. It went like that. And it paralyzed my arm for a while. And it's still kind of like numb, but I was like, that wasn't going to stop me. I don't know. God just always had in my mind that it would get better. I never once thought, and that's amazing. I never once thought that my arm could be used again. I just looked at it as I just know that whatever I do, I'm still gonna do music. It was weird because it felt like this wasn't my hand. I was flopping in this. It was crazy. It was dead. It's like experiencing death on one side of your body. That's crazy, bro. That's when it's crazy because it feels weird. And I started feeling tingling sensation down it. So it's like, man, it was a blessing, man. I just thank God for how he sheltered my mind to never think negative on the situation. Still was a happy kid, because of music. Music, man. Music really got it my whole life. Got me in trouble, but it got me out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I tell any young person, man, if you love it, you can step away here and there, but if you really love it, it won't allow you to step away that long. It'll always call you, and you'll tell the same stories I'm telling and how music guided your life. You know what I'm saying? Because all the stuff I'm talking about was what got me through was music. The DJ and all like that's, and I think deeply now that's music, the love of music through a tragic situation. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy because I could have been like, ain't gonna pay to never use my arm. Oh man, never once.
Bro, we know this blind producer named Isaac.
Oh, facts.
Say this all the time. Nigga can't see for shit, but nigga make hard beats.
Crazy.
Because he
Hard.
see colors. The colors match.
Or he talks to the Mac, and what does he use? Logic, right?
He use Logic, like he'll talk to it. It got like a little command system. But his beats are hard. I'm not saying
Bro,
like he just
hard,
make
hard.
average beats. Like, bro, he'll make hard beats. Like he be winning beat battles and everything. Like,
Yeah, not
He
because
blind.
he's blind, because he's hard.
You gotta connect me with him. We got a story to
I
tell.
haven't talked to him in a while.
Facts. Nah, I'll be talking to him. DJ TK, man. Shout out to Isaac for real.
I want to talk to him, man. We gonna really get deeper to music and make people start believing a little bit more in themselves. Because I believe talking to him and me talking from my handicap, which still, there's certain things like I ain't know what 1/16th and all that shit was. 1/16th and 132. I ain't know that shit. I ain't know what that was. I just did my stuff by ear, man. I don't know how to read that music shit.
Yeah, look out.
I just know how to do it. I just got to get it done. That's my point. So talking to Isaac, him blind, he gonna be like, I just know how to explain it. I know what it need to feel. I said, Isaac, I'm the same way.
And nigga quick with it too, bro. Like,
Yeah, I'm quick with it. If I told me Isaac, do this like this, I bet you'll be surprised at me and work together. You'd be like, yo, boy, it'd be like something. It'd be like the Bible. I'm telling you. Yeah, for real, I'm telling you.
That'll be the hardest
I'm
part,
telling you.
man. That'll be the hardest. So you use Ableton now mostly, right?
Yeah, I started learning it. Yeah, I like it.
When did you start doing that?
About 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I still don't really, because you could, Ableton is like, it remind me of ASR, MPC. It remind me of all that type shit. I just started learning. That's what made me get into technology. I'm like, damn, they put all this shit in one thing. And it sounds good. I'm pulling up keyboards and drums. I'm like, it's fine. They finally got it right. Because I remember when it first was starting the garage band, I was like, this ain't it.
no, mixed crash.
And then I just said, I
shit.
gave up on it. That's why I just stopped. I stopped. I said,
Bro, you never got into Fruity Loops, FL?
no, when that shit snuck up on me, she came up on me like a storm in the night. Boy, I said, wait a minute. And when I heard it, I'm like, ooh. But then I ain't know all that computer shit. I'm like, oh, I look illiterate. Like, I don't know what the hell going on. Because I'm so used to feel. I'm like, man, I don't know how that was, man. I felt like boo-boo the food. So I said, let me learn the hardest thing. That was Ableton. But I know they say you could do I can make Ableton feel like an ASR. See, I couldn't do that with no Fruity Loops. At least I ain't. But I'm going to start trying that because I love that shit. That shit got a sonic to it. But I like Ableton too because Ableton got that pop, clean thing that thing that made me feel like when I did Justin Timberlake. You know what I'm saying? It got able to make me feel like when I do Get Your Freak On. No, Fruity Loops. Make me feel like I can do the Missy type beats, but then it's like able to give it like that pop, what I do it, like
It feel
apologize
like
and shit like that.
Yeah.
Cleanness and what you can do.
So that's real? Like, we really get different sounds out of different programs?
Yeah.
Bro, I be calling Logic commercial as hell.
Logic only good for vocals.
Real?
Thank you. Hey, that's a real.
Myth be going
That's
Logic
an
only
IG
good
real.
for vocals.
Shit.
Good for vocals. Only
Some
good.
people
Now,
be going
some
crazy
people-
in Logic, though. Heads goes crazy
I'm
in
not
Logic.
saying, you got some geniuses out of there that could do it. I'm just not gonna accept it because it's just something about the dog that sound funny to me.
The workflow, I just couldn't really get into it.
Sound funny to me.
Like y'all people who making these dogs, don't you know I got the best ears in the world. That is a sappy ass dog.
Yeah. You heard it.
That dog is, I don't know about that one, man.
You know, we'll talk about though. Earlier, you said you mix your beats, and I was listening to your playlist on Spotify on the airplane here, and I'm just like, bro, these drums they're wide.
That was analog. Now I like them how they hit now. Fruit Loop. I like that. Why I just feel like when I hear it now, I'm like, that shit sound old.
So you mix your beats different than how you did back then.
Nah, I still mix them the same.
So kind of give me like the rundown a little bit.
You know, like I use a Neve board. So I just go up, I know the EQs and I know how to do all that type of stuff.
So back in the day, like, cause I know my mentor, he told me they used to have it all the time, but like, the mixing boards that like if somebody come in and touch it, it just fuck your whole mix up.
Yeah,
You ever run into no problems?
Nah, cause we put a big tape like a police sign, like criminal, across the whole thing.
Yeah, they still some people still do that.
Don't cross this line type tape. Yeah, we put that on there.
Mm.
Heavy.
Nigga touch you, you gone.
Yeah.
What's that? The SSL boards that be doing that?
Then the Neve, you can recall buttons. I like that, man. That shit is dope.
You still use like the ASR and
I got one in my studio yet. No, I don't really. I don't fool with it like that.
So what's like the main components when mixing? I feel like a lot of producers get it. Everybody have their own little methods and theories and stuff.
I think in the box I think whatever they beat sound like. If you got it like Tay Key, he got a good formula for his FL. I know it's 11, but still, everybody who got 11 and 12, they still sound different. Like 808 Mafia, Jay, his shit sound different from Tay Key. People like, well, how can you hear the difference? I said, bro, because I know sound. Certain things he might put on his kick versus Tay Key kick is totally different. It's very subtle, but it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference that make a difference. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Metro have a different bounce. His kicks feel like it's wide. His 808s feel wide and still hit like a Fruity Loop because he be mixing the MP with the fruit. They be doing that. I be hearing the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like people like, it's all sound the same. I said, no, it's the DAWs of the digital, the frequency is the same. So once your ears get keen to the frequency, you could hear the subtleness and what's the switch ups in their drums. Once your ears get adapted to the high frequency. And my ears are way adapted to the high frequency. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I hear the snare. It ain't, because I used to think it was the same snares that people use, and it's not. I just had to train my ear to a certain frequency.
What about monitors? How you feel about, like, what's your favorite monitors? And is there a pair that you don't like?
Yamahas. My bad.
You said who?
Yamahas. Yeah.
You don't like Yamahas?
No, bro. I've been telling y'all that. That's why I just got the Adams, bro. Them Yamahas is trash.
Tell me the Yamahas, the little one, 6.7
the
or whatever.
HS, yeah, the HSs.
They overrated, y'all.
I haven't heard these speakers in a while, but the PMCs, serious. They like clean.
PMC, for sure. Let me turn the
PMCs,
They cost a lot too. They like $100,000 speakers. Them shits is clean. I don't know, and that was back then.
PMCs.
Not the small ones though.
How these output ones doing up there?
They good, especially if you got some subwoofers. Like I got the best. I got some good subwoofers down there. So when you play them together, got a little cool little sound. I just look for the high frequency, and that one the outputs got like a high frequency with an analog frequency at the same time. It's weird. It's a mixed combination that works for me that I like. Some people are like, oh, I want it brighter. But like when you play FL shit out of there, that shit sound amazing. I'm like, damn. Shit beat.
That's the brand Output? I never heard of them.
Yeah, I've been seeing
Output. You never heard of Output? Arcade.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know they made hardware. I didn't know that.
I think a question everybody wants to know is, how does Timbaland pick his sounds? So we talk about that a lot in our podcast. We be like, sound selection is key.
It's just whatever moves the soul, man. Like, I pick it from whatever moves me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like going picking a 4-leaf clover. You got to, you get that one that joke. You like, put that to the side. You just do a collection. And it's got to move you a certain way. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do. I grasp some sound, see how what's moving me, sit back. Sometimes it don't catch me right away. Walk away from it, come back. Because what I played might hit me a little different in a couple hours. So I go back and play the same thing like, I ain't never liked it in the first place. Move on. Do some more because I'm in that space of hearing. I'm going to hear different. You know, sometimes you got to walk away from your creative space and just maybe watch some movies, TV, and let the sounds flow with you. Let it flow with your spirit. Let it flow with your soul. You'll know because it'll connect to you. You know, that's how I pick my sounds. I don't go in and like, I just go through a bunch of them and be like, oh, okay, put that one to the side, put that one to the side, put that one to the side, come back. And I try to do like a group of 12 or something like that, 12 sounds. And once I get those 12 sounds, I start playing with those 12 till I come up with at least 1 or 2 out of that good batch of 12. Then I put that away and go to another 12. Just try to do it in segments, try to find the best sounds of the best. Sometimes finding sounds take time to find the best. And sometimes I like to make them spend time with people who create. They're like, let's put some reverb. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? But every day is different, basically.
What about drum bounce? Like, here's the thing. A lot of people be like, keep it simple. And at the same time, like, we just ain't talking about like just a 2-step hi-hat. You feel me? But with your beats, you have the drums in pocket, but they real, like, the drums are doing their thing, but the artist could do their thing. How do you keep that balance?
Just don't want to get in the artist's way. And it's like playing basketball. It's like chemistry. When they bounce, throw your hi-hat, throw your little air candy right after they, like, but now they do the ad-libs to fill up the space. So you have to find where you can breathe at. So do it simple, but after the song is done, that's when you go back and add the little, your little ear candies here and there. That be the catch to me. Don't say it's done like, artists like, I rapped on it. Okay, send it back to me. So I can hear it. Then you start adding more to it. Y'all producers don't do that.
That's facts.
Y'all don't do that. Y'all, it's done. You send it off, it's done.
Man, the artists really
I'm like,
don't.
y'all too damn
The
lazy,
artists don't
bro.
want us to do anything.
Stop
though.
being, you can do it. You can make them do it. Make them see another light.
Mm.
We are the Jedis.
Hey, preach,
But
man.
that's what I want to talk about, though. I want to
That's
talk
how I
about.
was born in it, like bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, make them see.
I want to talk about artist development, like.
I don't know about that. Don't ask me about that. That's out of my pay grade because I don't know what to develop these days. I don't know. I mean, well, I don't know. Like, people like what they like. So is they really in the development?
Well, I'm talking about more like just building with an artist.
I think the development comes after they already got established.
What you mean?
If you follow Drake's career, he showed you his own artist development from Take Care to now. You see the development of, but no, he didn't. He did it himself. That's how smart he is. He's probably one of the smartest artists in the world, right? So, look at Future, another smart artist. From point A to point B to point C to point D. It takes special people to know that I got to develop. Now, you live in a world, they come out, they do their little thing, they make their little money, and that's it. They don't, then after a while, every artist gets stagnated. And they'd be like, they don't know what it is, but it's really like you gotta put some work in now. You gotta go sit with a producer. We gotta have a conversation. We gotta talk about this. We gotta, if you don't know what you need to do, sit with a producer and create something, create the next wave. And be patient. But I think that happens after they done blow up and had a success. Now, like, when you get hot and everybody looking at you, now, if you try to make an album, the first album they probably go do on their own, and they'd be like, damn, the numbers ain't where it wanted to be. Now they already got the notoriety. Now it's like, go sit with a producer and really figure out, like, I need a sound, but they already, because now I think you got to get the followings up and all that type of stuff. So when you do that, then you come back and get the development, I think.
What's the vibe of your studio sessions like? Are they very serious? Are y'all chilling, playing the game, or?
It's just chill. I think it's very chill. But see, for me, I dealt with artists I dealt with like the greats, man. The last hit I done was with Drake. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with the greats, like people who get their little tea, hit that booth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hit that booth, know what we talking about. They know the whole thing, asking questions. They in it. So it's like you in it. Ain't no bullshitting in there. It's knocking them bitches out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I dealt with all my life. I ain't dealt with no lollygags. So I don't know what that even is. I don't know how that worked.
What artists that you work with had like the craziest work ethic?
All of them. Every last one. That's why they're all hits. I mean, but the crazy work ethic, Beyonce. Can't nobody outwork Beyonce. Nobody. Nope. I can't even explain to you. You know what I'm saying? Well, what you mean? You seen The Incredibles? The show The Incredibles? Okay, she's the wife. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Jay-Z is the man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They kids, like they The Incredibles. I don't. It's some I can't even begin to explain. It's something you have to see with your own eyes. And then I would say second, Missy. I say almost a tie.
Are they knocking out multiple songs in one session, or are they spending like?
How about this? I never seen Missy record.
What you mean?
I do the beat. She kicks me out.
Mm.
Beyonce, same way.
For real?
I can't explain the shit, man. So big ups to the women. The women, those two. Woo. You ain't seen nothing like it, bro. You ain't seen nothing like it. And then, you know, Drake got his way. He incredible. Jay.
I was gonna say Jay, man. I always go back to that video.
He is Denzel Washington, the Book of Eli. You hear me? Yes, he is. You hear me? He is a prophet walking with glasses and can recite the whole. See how he read the whole Bible in the Book of Eli? That's Jay-Z with his raps. He's the first one that never wrote nothing down. People say, no, Biggie was too. But Jay, that boy is, he's not human. He's different. He's different. That's all I can say. You ain't seen nothing like it. Just like how we talk about Stevie Wonder. He's different. The icons are just different, bro. They different. I don't know how to put it. Different. Then I can say Justin Timberlake. Different. I understand, man. So, I mean, all of them, I just deal with different people. I deal with aliens, bro. Simple as that. But when you want to say like the hardest, I got to say Missy and Beyonce.
Is that the biggest trait you could point at? Is their work ethic?
It's all their work ethic and all just mannerism, how they carry their business, how they carry themselves as a woman, as a lady in this industry. Man, shit. I ain't seen nothing like it. I learned from them.
Drop some game then that you learned from Jay-Z. Was like the most important piece of game that you learned.
Understanding business and understanding your value, understanding how to build something and know when to spend money. He always was very ahead of his time, like for his knowledge. He took me for a drive and said, did you know people in Brooklyn didn't know Central Park was free?
Damn.
So that lets me know, like, he's educating me at the same time on just life and just where he come from and why he is where he is at. So what I learned from him is what I'm doing today, just being a great businessman and understanding your value and your worth and really navigating through life and really being humble and being just fast forward, just being like go-getter mode. One of my mentors was Jimmy Iovine. He always guided me and told me, you know, certain things I should be doing by him running Interscope. And I had great people along the way, man. Just a lot of times I just didn't listen, you know what I'm saying? But I had a lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot, but those two individuals showed me a lot. Jay taught me about being on time too. Like, and Jimmy's always talked about time. You know, never waste nobody's time. You know what I'm saying? You know, they taught me, you know, the business part, which I, you know, didn't really understand at that time, as being ignorant. But I understand it now. You know, I started to understand it. So just, you know what I'm saying, just being in that world, like they understand what their art was and what the value of their art.
When you're a producer in the room, like, what should your energy be like?
You got to bring that energy. As a producer, you got to bring that energy. You got to bring that fire, that energy to get the artist, because the artist could be in a different mood. And if you waiting on the artist, sometimes you got to bring that energy. Sometimes it could go backward. They might not want to receive that energy, but I feel like as a producer, your job is to produce that energy. Some way, somehow. Producing ain't always just making music. It's about producing a great atmosphere for a person. You know? So try to bring that energy. It's hard because there's a lot on our shoulders. That's why I say our value got to go up. And that's why a lot of people probably don't work with producers in the room. Y'all don't have that. Send me something. So that's why I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be watching the video with you and Jay-Z, Dirt Off Your Shoulder, right?
Everybody watch that.
It's just like, I don't know, bro. I feel like you knew that last beat was the one. Like, you held it. Like, you was just like, oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just play these other ones.
Sometimes you just know. When you make a four batch, you know which one the two gonna be, two gonna be popping. And I knew that Dirt Off Your Shoulder was crazy. And then when he solidified it, I was like, yeah. Because he could have been like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But I just knew. Sometimes you just know. The moments just come, you just know. And it comes it's a fluttery feeling because you just like, damn, I wonder if that player ain't gonna like it. No, this shit banging. He gotta like it. Or I'm gonna make him like it. Because that shit is just that crazy. And you gotta go in there feeling that crazy.
Damn, imagine if Jay would have said nah next. That would have been crazy.
Exactly. So you gotta know. You can't imagine that. Just imagine it. You can't. Because it was that great.
Who said that, bro? I think it was Buddha. It was like, bro, you gotta sell your record, man.
You gotta sell something, man. You gotta bring that energy, man. In a humbly way, too.
Humbly way?
Yeah, humbly.
So how do we stay more humble? You know what I'm saying?
Because the music just taking over your soul. You just in the music, man. This shit crazy. And it's watching you vibe like how you just love it. Watch the break. Woo, you hit. Cut it back on. Run it back. You know, making people see the colors that you see.
Overrated, underrated. All right, man. So we give you a topic. You tell us if it's overrated, underrated, and why. So we already got the answer in the beginning of the interview, but the first one is beat tags. Overrated, underrated.
Underrated.
For sure. You ain't got to speak more. We already had talked it up about that one. Second one is the streaming era. Overrated, underrated.
Whew. Overrated. Shit.
Talk about that.
Just too much. Every screaming. But then I like it too. Because it gives me the choice of discovery. But it's overrated. It's oversaturated more than overrated.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like streaming made music
It's just oversaturated. But I love discovery. So I feel like a hypocrite now. But it is oversaturated. But like, damn, give me just like a small bundle and y'all just get more creative with getting more shit on your shit. You know what I'm saying? I can accept that, but it's oversaturated more than overrated.
Okay, so overrated, underrated sample makers.
Sample makers are the new record makers, like the new artists from back in the day. How we had the Ohio players, a sample makers like doing Ohio player music. I think samplers have to be a little bit more creative. I don't think it's overrated. I think it's more like dilated or like diluted. Like it's people just using the same sounds and the same rhythm and the same cadence and the same bling, bling, bling. And it's like, yo, it's more rhythm than a bling, bling, bling.
Goddamn 4PF triplet shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta explore it just a little more. Sometimes it's like even, that's why I say if you do what you feel, but give me the stems. Cause let me recreate it in my way. Then they be like, damn, I said, that's your sample. That ain't my sample. I done flip some of people's sample out of this little parts of they loop that they don't see, but that's what it's for. Because when you used to buy a record, you didn't like the record. You find a part in the record that you like. And you sample that and make it work. That's what I did. So that's how I look at a sample. I'm like, just stop sending me the same kind of like cadence and same flow. Like I'd be like, yo, man, make me scream, because that's your composure. You show me your composition. So I'm tired of hearing some of the same compositions, you know what I'm saying? I like people put some thoughts in their compositions, you know what I'm saying? Then I take it in sample. So I think we need it. So I don't want to say it's underrated, because it's definitely just needed. I think it needs to be more preparation when they do it. I think more preparation, and just think about it more. send less. But maybe if you send 10, make sure them 10 is like, you already hear them on an album or something without your beat. You know what I'm saying? You be like, God dang, what I supposed to do this? And they send the stems. Now you got it.
Nah, he ain't really got too much to ask. Only thing I gotta say left for we wrap up this interview is like, kind of just taught me what it is to be hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, my bro DB, I talk about him all the time, but bro, that nigga hungry, bro. Like, he just love music. He talk about music. Everything he do is
that's what I want around
music.
me. That's all I like around me. Cause guess what? We gonna figure out the next invention when it comes to music. It might be a damn little boom box because you love music. Music is everything. What we hearing right now, the man cook, that's music. That's a rhythm. Everything I hear with rhythm, I'm like, ooh, you hear that?
Yeah, you need to be run downstairs. Like, oh, do that again. Simple.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I do that all the time on my phone.
Bro.
Yeah, man. Everything is a rhythm. How we walk, how we move, is a rhythm. Everything's a rhythm, man. So I like to meet that person who loves music. We have a ball. He'll enjoy. He'll keep me. You want that person around. You know why? Because it's infectious. When you having a bad day, he gonna lift you up because of his love for music. Damn, he can't outlove me. He can't outlove this way, and I love. Like, I'm the one here. He's smiling. He ain't got shit to his name, but you think he got everything to his name. The way he just living life. That's what you want. You want that energy around. You always want somebody like that around at all times. Cause he gonna bring you when you down. When you down, he gonna lift you up. Cause of his love. When your love get a little dominant, like it just get a little tampered with, he gonna lift you up. Cause of his love is just so superior for the craft.
100%, man.
But y'all, listen, that's a wrap. You feel me? I just got a whole lot of game. Yes, sir. We're not even gonna drop this interview. It was really private. You know what I'm saying? Like, just.
No, we're gonna make it an NFT. You got a mint to watch this.
NFT, man.
Yeah, there's some gems on there.
But if it's some last advice you could give to the viewers watching, what would you say to them?
Stay hungry. Stay down. Stay down. Even when it don't look like it's going up. Keep the faith. If everybody telling you dope, you dope for a reason. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not. And just stay loving the music. Find the love in the music. Not what's coming out of it. Because what's coming out of it'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you good, it'll come to you. It's meant for you. You just got to love it. Same way I do. I love it every day. I did one point in my life neglect it, and it showed me when I neglected because I took a L, took some losses. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? We got reacquainted again. And that's what you don't never, don't slip. Stay up, even when it's down.
There you go, man. That's a wrap. We see y'all on the next podcast. Maybe Dylan might be there. We don't know, y'all. We'll see what's
maybe
good. One-time thing, but let's see.